Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the Psych coach, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to kickstart healthy habits. I'm going to give you 5 tried and tested tips for kickstarting healthy habits. It's really easy to have habits, but a lot of us have habits that aren't particularly good for us. The ones that are good for us are typically harder to stick with. So listen up and you can learn how to make sure you stick to good habits. Tip number 1, break the habit down. If you've got a habit that you want to start of getting more fit, if you've got a habit that you want to start of becoming more mindful, if you've got a habit that you want to, become more of a runner, you want to learn things, maybe you want to, get a partner and you want to get into the habit of dating, you've got to break the habit down. Don't focus on the long goal of, I want to be able to meditate for half an hour a day, or I want to be able to run a marathon. Break it down into smaller pieces. It sounds really basic, but it's only by breaking a habit down into the small bit by bit pieces, you can actually start to get your head around it, and you can start to think about what are the things that I need to do in order to make this habit happen. So think about the bigger goal. Think about the overall habit you want to implement and break it down into what are the steps I need to take. For example, if you want to become a runner and your end goal is to run a marathon, well, presumably you've got to start small amounts of running. You've got to run a few times a week. You've got to do small distances and you then build up. If you want to start learning how to meditate, you want to get into a position where maybe some people around you can meditate for quite a long period of time, you've got to practice that. That's got to become a better habit. So you need to start small and build up to it. Once you've broken down the habit, you can then look at how you can start practicing it. Tip number 2 is identify as that person. If you want to learn how to run better, then identify yourself as a runner. If you want to do more writing, identify yourself as a writer. If you want to do more meditation, identify yourself as someone who meditates. By telling yourself you are already that person, you're going to be more likely to try and live up to the practice that's involved in making that habit happen. It also unintentionally creates accountability. If you say to someone, I'm a runner, that will automatically make you feel slightly obliged to sort of follow through with that. If you've already told family members and friends that you're a runner, you're going to practice it more. So identify as what you want to be. That will help act as a motivator. Tip number 3 is create accountability. Tell someone what you're going to do, make a promise to yourself in your diary about what you're going to do, write down a commitment on your phone about what you're going to do, and set yourself a time limit. If you can work towards a time limit and you can be very specific about what it is you want to achieve, you're going to be far more likely to be able to achieve it, because the more specific we are with regard to practicing our habits, the more likely we are to achieve them. Tip number 4 is revise your habits regularly. So once you've got your goals, you've broken them down, you're starting to practice them on a small day-to-day, week-to-week basis, revise what you're doing. Have a check-in with yourself every Sunday or at the end of your working week and think, have I been on track to working towards the habits that I want to start practicing more? Have I been doing my 5 minutes of mindfulness every day? Have I been practicing my running? Have I been going on my online dating apps for half an hour every other day? Have I been doing more journaling than I said I would be? And if you have, great, now you need to think about how you can ramp that up a little more, how you can start practicing it even more and take it to the next level. If you haven't, you need to troubleshoot and work out why it is you're not doing what you told yourself you would do. Maybe you need to rewind a little bit and start easier, and then you get back on track, revise again each week to see if you're doing what you need to be. And tip number 5 is create habit associations. So if you want to practice more mindfulness, you want to do more running, you want to practice gratitude, you want to do a bit more online dating, try and practice those habits when you do something that's already pretty regular in your life. For example, Presumably you brush your teeth twice a day. So if you want to practice gratitude, associate practicing brushing your teeth, which is an automatic habit, with your new habit, which would be practicing gratitude. If you already walk to the bus to get the bus to work in the mornings, then you could associate that walk with actually practicing running. If when you get in the evenings, the first thing you do is turn on the television and watch television, you could associate that with making yourself do half an hour of online dating. So you leverage a habit that you already do and add the habit that you want to start on top of that. If it's that you want to sort of eat more healthy and snack less, then every time you put the kettle on and you have a cup of tea, you can think about, okay, what is the healthy snack I'm going to eat, as opposed to just automatically going to the fridge. Habit association is really important when it comes to embedding the habit in your day-to-day life, because plenty of us have habits that we have in our day-to-day lives that we don't think about. Leverage that as an opportunity to implement new habits. If you've enjoyed today's tips, hit the subscribe button, like my channel, and I will give you plenty more tips on how to live a psychologically happier life.